Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Brothers Podcast.
What up?
Nico.
This is Abdalla.
And we got some special guests on the show.
Yes,
we got Queen May here.
Uh-huh.
And we got my boy Moises.
Yep.
How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good.
I've been meaning to have you on the show for a while. It's been a minute. Have you back on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Last time you came, you was a motherfucking mouse, but we gonna have you talking today. How y'all feeling though? How's y'all spirits? What's going on?
Oh, I had some coffee just now. I'm fired up.
You fired up?
Yeah, I'm fired up.
I bet. How you feeling?
I'm chilling.
Chilling?
Just had a great day with my brother right here.
How was that event?
Yeah.
I was at work all day.
It was pretty good, man.
It was like a cookout,
people.
Block party.
Yeah, it's called the Brothers Block Party. Shout out to the
We
creator.
sponsor that shit?
That's the thing. I chopped it up with the creator, the owner.
Word?
Well, the creator of it. His name is Coach Coop. Shout out Coach Coop. I chopped it up. I told him about the platform, all of that. Ironically, our podcast name is Brothers Podcast. He's like, "Oh, we got to do something." I was like, "That's a fact." I got his contact and all of that. So yeah.
Let's do it. That's a big thing.
But it's a couple of vendors. They had African attire. People had food. Okay. They had there's a podcast there. Fashion and Fuckboys.
Yeah.
2 women.
That's a hell of a name.
Right?
I chopped it up with them. Yeah.
That's what's up.
They had a nice setup.
My day was regular. Sold fucking iPhone. I work at T-Mobile. I just sold iPhones and shit. It was pretty chill though.
You sold
prepaids?
You sold one today? The new ones
Yeah,
out, right?
Came out yesterday.
People was going crazy.
Yeah, people are not putting their priorities first.
That's a fact.
Because I had a guy coming yesterday. The down payment for the Max, it's not a lot. It was only $182. She was like, it's too high. I can't afford it. I was like, the phone's $1,100. I didn't say it though. Then he's like, yo, so how much is the Pro? I'm like, okay, my system. It's $118. Damn, bro. I'm like,
how much he expecting to pay? $30?
Yo, you need to go to the Little League. We got flip phones in the back with dust on it, my boy. Like you ain't here with the big league. This shit's $1,000.
I promise you, I'll probably have my ex off under this 2 years.
That's a fact.
That's what came out last year. So you
like
good.
I don't even know about what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, if you, to be honest, I just like the latest and greatest technology. That's just how I am. Yeah,
that's
I can afford it though.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a difference.
As long as
it's a
we
big
were
difference.
talking about it. It's like liabilities and assets and just budgets. Like if you have a budget for it, if you can afford it, then afford it. But
right. But you know how society is.
Yeah.
We can't afford it, but you gonna post on that gram like you can.
Yeah.
And you gonna show it off like you got it. You know what I'm saying? Then your phone bill gonna be late. You gonna keep it on the hush hush. You gonna be, you know what I'm saying?
Man, before the X, I got the X right now. Before this, I had the 6S.
Me too.
Like,
for real? Oh,
yeah,
no,
that was a big jump.
I don't care. Was bad.
I mean, I could have got like the 7, the 8, whatever, but I'm like, there's no need. Like, bro, at the end of the day, you making a call with your 8 Plus or your 8 whatever, and that call you making, I could make with my 6S.
Right. So the same
right.
I could FaceTime, I could text your girl, all that.
So. Dang, on the air though.
Single Abdalla is a different Abdalla, bro.
we got a couple of
topics.
He's
a Libra. What do you expect?
But
I don't know what that means.
No, yeah.
Before we dive into the topics, I want you to like introduce who you are because you do a lot. I've known you for a couple years now. You do a lot. So I want you to dive in on like who you are and like exactly what you do and how you got into it.
All right. My name is Janasia. Everybody calls me Queen because of the way that I carry myself.
That part.
Right. So I started my movement. It's called Queen Fitness. Before I started my movement, I was in school. It was something, I went for nursing and I realized as soon as I got in there and I started to do my clinicals that this wasn't for me.
Right.
And I dropped out, right? So when I dropped out, of course, I got condemned by people. They didn't understand my calling, but I always knew where I was walking and I always believed that God was like ordering my steps. So when I dropped out, I'm like, what is it that I can do for the rest of my life and be happy and wake up? Even if I don't get paid for it, what can I do and be happy?
Right.
I always like
That's
to
important.
move. right? When I was in college, I started working out. I didn't know what I was doing. People would really laugh at me, like dead ass. They'd be like, yo, you getting mad brolic, you look like a man. I'm like, I'm gonna be the sexiest man you've ever seen. Like, I don't even care. Like,
right.
you know, I always have my little broad shoulders. So he was like, you know. So from there I left college and I went to school for personal training in New York. And I was like, I can do this. So I started training for a while at Health and Racket Club. And then I'm like, I want to work for myself. Like, I just don't be getting along with managers and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, people that try to micromanage you. I have no problem taking orders because in life you just have to, no matter what you do. But it was just, I didn't like to be micromanaged. It just did something to my spirit. Yeah. So shortly, I quit. So I would consider myself a health coach, a mindset coach for the most part, because I teach men and women how to walk into their purposes and how to become a king and a queen, right? We always say, hey, king, hey, queen, but what does that really mean?
Right.
What are you saying? You have to understand what you're putting out there when you say certain things. So when people started to call me queen, it was because I started carrying myself like one. And I did not allow anyone to treat me anything less than who I am, because I've always knew who I was.
So,
and
I don't mean to cut you off, but what's gotten you like that? Like, is your upbringing? Is it a strong household you grew up in?
Yeah.
That's not really common.
I truly believe that I have an alpha mom. Like, she was always, like, really hard on me. Like, go to school, like, get good grades. I grew up in a hood, too. And a lot of people that grew up in a hood, they become their surroundings. Right? And I always was a fan of Tupac since I was younger. And I always listened to the things that he said, the words that he said. And he was just like, just because you're in a ghetto doesn't mean you can't grow. So I always took that and I'm like, nah, I gotta do something better. Right. So I used the ghetto to show me what I did not want to become. Right? So I saw women get disrespected, like having kids, like having sex with all these men. And I'm like, nah, that would never be me. Like, not playing with nobody. Right. So my mom was an alpha woman. She raised me. I grew up around like so many men in my house, so many guys. So it like taught me a lot. You know what I mean? It taught me how to be treated as a woman, what I did not want to be treated like, and what I did want to be treated like. So I just learned the game really, really young. And I'm like, oh, nah, yeah, niggas is bugging. Right. I ain't going to be ever treated like that. I don't know if I can.
Nah, you can curse, you can say whatever you want.
I'm like, y'all niggas is bugging. Like, you know, I would never, I don't want to be treated like that. So just really young on, I just developed this sense of self, right? Everything comes from self-love, self-realization, self-awareness. And, it was a situation. How did I forget that? So the reason why I started to develop a sense of self is because I spent a lot of time by myself because of a situation in college, right? That's important. My friends, like, they did some really grimy shit. Like, they were really jealous for some reason. And I was just like, yo, why y'all gotta be like this? Like, why y'all treating me that way? And it caused me to just, like, not trust people. Yeah. And you can't go around life not trusting. Like, that whole I don't trust people. I
hate people say that.
Dead. It's dead. Yeah. You have to trust people. Yeah. You can't move through life like that. So I took myself away from people, like, for a while. I did not want to be friends with females. I thought they were catty. I thought they were jealous. I thought they were envious. And I was never like that. So I couldn't understand why. Like, why? I don't understand. So it caused me to fall into, like, this deep, like, real self-realization. I'm like, yo, there's some things you got to change about yourself, because you're a reflection of who you attract. You're a reflection of who you're around. And just because you're around somebody don't mean, like, oh, you attracted that. It just means that they're going to teach you something. They're going to teach you if you want to stay around them or if you got to upgrade your circle. Right.
You got to be aware.
It's just, like, really, exactly. And that comes with self-awareness. Because just because you're positive and everything, universe, this does not mean that everybody in your life is going to be like that. Right. So now you have to know yourself. You have to understand, like, okay, this is the person that I don't want to be around. But if you don't know yourself, you won't know that. Facts. And you're not gonna look at these red flags. You're not gonna understand that these red flags are something that you should be aware of. And that's with family. That's with friends. That's with relationships. And so many other things. So I feel like my deeper purpose is to really allow people to know who they are and to help them put themselves on, like, a really high pedestal in life.
Yeah, prioritize themselves.
Yes, prioritize themselves, exactly. and just step into their powers, their true powers, because we're very powerful beyond belief. And to just get more black men and women to start loving each other.
And living with a purpose.
Loving each other.
Yeah,
because we women love to be like, oh my God, men ain't shit. And then men love to be like black men, like, oh, you know, black women was good, blah, blah, blah. But it's really a reflection. And we have to like heal ourselves in order to love each other.
Exactly. You know what that comes from, though? Because, not to cut you off, but I'm cutting you off.
No. I'm
when I was younger.
Don't let him cut you off.
When I was younger, I misunderstood black women. When I was younger, I wasn't
misunderstanding.
I wasn't into black women when I was younger. I used to date a lot of like Hispanic women. Never white girls or never like it was always like Hispanic. But it's just like, and I would say like I would murmur little things like shut up, little things like oh they loud or like a lot of them is ghetto. They too much for me. But like it's when you come from a sense of like not understanding why of that. You know what I'm saying? Once I started gaining like knowledge of self and started like knowing about my history, doing my little research, and being around more black women. And when I'm around them, not really chastising, but really staying quiet and looking to see why and asking like, so how you was raised? And then really understanding like why. When you got to understand, you be like, all right, now I know how to take it. You ain't going to take it offensive if you know why she's being that way or why she's coming off that way. You know what I'm saying? And then you just absorb it and then you follow through. You know what I'm saying?
It's just a bunch of a history of traumatic experiences. And,
for sure.
You know, generational things that was done to the black men and women. You know, our men being taken away from us. That will cause a generation of women to be angry.
Yeah. Right.
They were forced out of our lives.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, people just look at black women like, oh, my God, they're angry, they're upset. But you don't understand how or why or what has caused this. Everyone has a reason to be upset. Yeah. Unless you just got it all and you rich and you just mad because you got it all.
Right.
And now you want to go shoot everybody. Like, you know? I'm just saying.
That shots at, you know.
I'm just, no, seriously.
At Timmy.
Shots
at Chad.
Dylan.
At Dylan.
Connor.
No, this is a fact because you don't know what you don't know. Like, so if you have it all and you just like, what is next? Because people who have it all, they're looking for the next adrenaline rush. Just think about it.
Yeah. Right, because their life is like,
everything.
There's no challenge. Everything's given to them.
Life,
but I'm from the struggle.
Yeah.
Like, there's literally, it's only up from here. And that's how I look at my life. Like, people have to start looking at their life like, what? This is the worst that it'll ever be.
Yeah.
I come from the gutter. Literally, the hood. Yeah. What can I do? Where can I go?
Right. I'm up right now.
I'm up.
Because most people my age probably not making it. I'm 27. I'm from the East, born and raised in the East. I hear about shit every day, almost every day. You know what I'm saying?
You made it out the East.
Every time I walk down,
you're still in the East.
I'm still in the East.
You good?
Every time I walk past fucking the L train on Sutter, walking down, literally, I was saying to myself the other day, and it pains my heart because like it's my people. I walk from the Sutter, right, on the L train. I walk down, and it's like once I reach a certain block, it's near my house or 2 blocks from my house. It's like I see niggas on drugs, they slumped over, or I just see people in the corner. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't got no fucking women at home. Y'all ain't got no families at home. Y'all don't got no 2K. Well, y'all to be on the corner all day in front of the liquor store.
People literally give up on themselves.
I'm like, that shit is tough.
No hope.
You know what I'm saying? It's like The Walking Dead around there. But I want to jump into.
Wait. Moises.
You on the spot now.
What's up, my brother?
What up?
Tell us a little, you know what I'm saying? A little something about yourself.
You ain't nervous.
Nah, you good.
Me on the spot.
Nah, you good. You used to do presentations in front of rooms.
Yeah,
remember those days?
I'm on the podcast, I put me on the spot. Like.
No, we're not putting you. We just want you to, you know, get the listeners and viewers to be more, you know what I'm saying, in tune with you. Who you are, what you do.
Like,
all right, Moises. Who's Moises? Where you from? What do you do? What's your purpose?
Where your green card at, nigga?
I was born in DR. Came here when I was about 10, 11 years. Nah, you just gotta ask me.
What's your purpose?
My purpose?
Yeah. What do you think your purpose is?
I don't really have a purpose, bro.
You think?
Don't say that.
You haven't found it yet.
Yeah.
You haven't found it yet.
You could say that, but I just like to do.
Your purpose comes from what you like to do, what fuels you, what makes you happy when you do it. It could be anything, literally. Like,
it could be beating off.
Yeah,
that was my purpose like 3 years ago. I used to be in my room like, yeah, I'm about to get it on, nigga.
Yo, I just like to do what I want to do, like waking up and do what I want to do that day. Like,
okay,
I want to wake up and do what I want to do. Like,
okay, similar to what we was chopping it up about earlier.
Yeah,
like not working,
like traveling, like experiencing new things. Yeah,
nah. To be honest, like I thought that like years ago when I first joined WV, I was for sure that my purpose was like going to be like traveling the world, which I still want to do, but like solely traveling the world, helping people travel, helping people, you know, save money with travel and whatnot. But then like I'm saying this because like I was 21 when I got involved, and then I was like 25 when I realized that like maybe my purpose isn't what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it is what I'm doing now, which is really, sorry about that, really like just spreading awareness and positivity and knowledge on my platform, and just making people laugh. I like making people that's like one of my hobbies. I like making people laugh. You know what I'm saying? And I just found that out that I can actually put that on the platform like 2 years ago. I'm 27, so I'm saying that like because you're younger than me. So like I found that out at 25. There's niggas that find they passion at 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The guy that made KFC, where he made that shit until he was like 60, and now it's, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, when I be thinking about like when people first ask me that question, like what's your purpose? I didn't really like getting asked that question because I ain't know what my purpose was at that time. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of put me on the spot, like how I was just like, what is my purpose? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like as humans, we probably like always changing or like shifting or like molding our purpose. Like you may be doing fitness and like helping people do fitness, but it may expand to helping, I don't know, somebody else. Like maybe niggas in jail do fitness, or like maybe helping like kids from a young age do fitness. It may just mold itself to different things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's just, I feel like it's imperative to not put yourself in a box. Because people think they gotta be one thing. Like I'm not a personal trainer.
Right.
I'm what I want to be.
You a Super Saiyan. I ain't gonna lie. You a Super Saiyan. I ain't gonna hold you. I be watching your videos like, yo, you are a Super Saiyan.
I do what I can. I just
Super Saiyan 3. But nah, I want to get into some topics though. What should we get into first? Cause I have a couple. I want to dig into your brain a little bit, but before we get into that, you want to touch on the Fat Joe shit?
Nah, not right now.
My shit first?
Yeah.
All right, bet. So, it was something that I saw on Twitter recently, because Twitter is like my news feed now, to be honest.
I don't got Twitter.
You don't have Twitter?
It's too much for me.
Wow. I don't understand Twitter.
You know, look.
I can't, like.
I love Twitter. You get to talk your shit on Twitter.
Mixy. Yeah, I don't like talking shit. That's
Twitter is mixy. Yeah, but people like.
I don't like talking shit like that, I think.
Like, people speak on Twitter, though. Like, on Instagram, it's like, I'm pretty. I'm doing this.
Cute quote.
Like my photo and shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really have conversation with folks in the, like, you don't really go into my comments and have a conversation. Yeah. On Twitter, you can go on somebody's thread and have a full, like, 16-page thread, and it'd be like a real dope, maybe a debate, you know what I'm saying? And it's just nothing but jokes. I like the joke, like I said before. So, but I saw it on Twitter, and apparently, Indonesia is passing a new law that it criminalizes having sex outside of marriage. So if you Indonesia. So if you having sex and you not married, they locking your ass up. They coming on your door. They coming on your door.
No pun intended.
But like, what should like being a woman?
You inside.
Get out here right now. Open up the door.
I hear y'all.
No, Nico.
But nah, so I'm gonna get everybody's perspective, obviously. But being a woman, right? it's certain connotations that come around like women having sex. It's a lot more pressure. It's a lot more judgment. I could fuck a million girls, and I feel like, and then I'll be seen as the man. If I fuck if a woman fucks a man out of marriage or just period, she maybe seem like she's a hoe. It's girls that's versions, but if it's just a certain way, niggas say that she's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? She never has sex in her life. So with this law being passed in Indonesia, like literally you can't have sex outside of marriage. What's your thoughts on that? Because I know that even in America, it's like certain connotation about like some folks, like some older folks, tell them you having sex before marriage. They like, you going to hell, nigga. Gasoline drawers on.
My thoughts on it?
Yeah.
They bugging. I had to make sure they heard me because I feel like that has to do with a lot of like religion, and religion causes, and this is my opinion, like I'm sorry if you're religious.
Nah, yeah, fuck
religion
that.
causes restriction and it divides us. That's just how I feel.
I agree 100%.
I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious because I'm gonna put this out there. My ex-boyfriend, he was religious. His family basically looked down on me because I like dressing my fitness clothes. I like showing my shoulders, my clavicle. I like showing my ass sometimes.
Ooh, new word.
And they didn't like that.
Right.
And I didn't care. And that was the problem. You know what I mean? They want people to move the way they move, and they're not the most, you know,
holy of holies
people. Because if you're judging me, you're not holy.
Exactly.
Right. And that's on that. And I usually like speak my mind, which a lot of people
shun.
Right.
You know, I'm very respectful. Like when you come around me, like my energy is like, I want you to feel good about yourself, but I'm also gonna let you know that like this is how I feel.
Right.
And this is my right. Like I can be outside with shorts and a crop top on. Like why does it bother you?
Right.
It bothers you because you're in this restricted place mentally. You're boxed in,
and you can't do that.
And you can't do that
because you
mainly
I
spiritually.
You want to do it.
These
you want to be a hoe.
And all of this stuff, they're sleeping. No, this is serious because when you tell, and this is why, like, when me and one of my exes broke up, and I'm gonna just put it out there, like, he felt like he could not be with me because I showed my body, and he wanted to be like, he wanted to get more into church.
Insecure.
He wanted you to be Jewish.
Right.
He shielded it.
Right?
He shielded it with church, but he was insecure.
Exactly.
I'm just letting you know that he was insecure. I'm sure you know that.
Very insecure, and it's because of his family. I really felt like because he's a freak ass nigga. Like people know that. He's very free. He's a freak.
I thought you said he's a freak ass nigga.
No,
I'm like, what?
That's what I heard too.
Like, this nigga don't say
everyone know that. We the porn stars and shit.
No, he's free. He's
stay in that Turner.
And people who know his personality knows like he's very like out there and free.
Yeah.
And it's just because of his family views and
right.
You know, all of that stuff is a programming. Literally everything is a programming in life. And it's up to you to decide what program that you want to tune
subscribe to. Exactly.
Right.
100%.
And subscribe to it. I'm like, I'm not subscribing to that. Like, I'm not putting myself in a box. I'm not going to be here pretending to be holy, catching the Holy Ghost, falling out, bumping my head. And then when I get out and go outside, I revert judging
to
people. I'm condemning people. I'm looking down on people because of who they want to be.
Right.
And I didn't like that. I felt very judged. So I'm against, like, I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want. It's just a restriction. It's just to keep people in control.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Doing what you want them to do is literally a control factor.
But like, what's the point of that? Like, what? Like, honestly,
of religion?
No, not religion, but like
keeping people.
What's the point of keeping people from having sex before marriage? As if marriage is this like this holy grail of a point in your life where like what 50% of marriages don't last, or even when marriages that do last. Niggas be infidelity, be cheating, some be beating their wife.
Yep, it's the control factor.
The girl be fucking the neighbor and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure there's a reason, like there's something that they get for people being married. That's why. Like you gotta look at everything. Like, everything is a business.
I was gonna say,
I know in America
it's
they
a political move.
So it's
I know in America they do.
No, the world. It's a political move.
Political and business that it's like. They're not doing it because they want everyone
it's holy,
to be like
exactly. It's not
sacred and married and in love.
I'm sure.
It's because of like an alternative motive.
Yeah,
like,
I would have to look into them. Like I love history. That's one of my purposes. I love history. I love exposing truths. I love like telling the masses, like showing the light to the masses. But with that move, I would have to look into like the economy of Indonesia. I'd have to look into recent policies. Because it's like, it's this us having this conversation here and now. It's like someone in Australia having a conversation about the recent abortion laws in the U.S. You see what I'm
It's
saying?
hard to like call
They're
it.
going to speak from their perspective, whether it's ignorance or whether they know what's transpiring in the U.S. But at the end of the day, you're not subject to this. You're not here right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only so much you can actually fathom.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the same with us and them. So that, like we said, it's a political move. I highly doubt this is anything like with that. One of the conjectures that I could make is maybe it depends on who's marrying who, because across the globe it's this white or black agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And we prefer the lighter phenotype over the darker because we assume that to be better. So maybe it could be that. Maybe that could be the cause. Maybe too many melanated men are impregnating lighter women in Indonesia. So we, but if you come to the court system now, the judge have that right to whether approve your marriage or deny it. Just out of his, you know,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Out of his personal judgment, which can be biased or which can be impartial. But yeah.
Yo, could you imagine that shit being like that law being passed in the United States? You know what I mean? Niggas would be in jail.
Yo.
And then another thing
Niggas
too,
would
it
have
could
a
be
whole gang in jail.
it could be
We all going.
Right.
and then it would depend on if it is jail, because it could be fines. It could be a way the government would try to raise
Could you
revenue
imagine?
Yeah.
because y'all having,
100
you know,
per nut, son?
Crazy.
yeah.
I'll be in debt. I should be hiding student loan debt.
What's your thoughts, Moises, on Indonesia? No more sex
I
before
agree.
man. You agree?
Nah, I agree
Oh,
with
I was about to say, what kind of shit you on?
Nigga, you.
Damn.
Nah, hell nah.
Indonesia.
Nah, bro. I don't really see a point in them doing that. So
Yeah.
like you said, it's about getting
Something out of it.
finding people
Yeah.
and getting money out of it.
Yeah, subjecting people. Because who's to say everybody in Indonesia is a Christian or Muslim or
I'm not-
subscribe to any denomination at that?
Yeah,
That has,
I'm not
like-
sure if it's like religious focused or it's.
I believe it's Christian
I didn't
based.
see
A
that.
lot of Asian countries
Because
are highly Christian
Christian,
based.
yeah,
like
yeah.
they practice.
Yeah,
I'm like,
tell
damn.
regular people what they, like, that's weird. It's just weird.
No more sex.
Yo, we do the
weird.
best Asian
Asian.
impressions.
The
Yo,
Chinese
we
Jesus.
that Chinese Jesus episode. Yo, I'm telling you, you
Y'all
gotta
did a
listen
whole
to it.
episode?
Well, not the whole episode about it, but like a good portion. I'm telling you, when you get a chance, listen to it. It's mad funny. But so I have a question for you, and we go all chime in obviously. But since you know the general consensus of around men and women, and at least in America, I mean, is that the man is supposed to be the more bigger, muscular, the protector, or just be more built. The woman's supposed to be more petite, more. You know what I'm saying? So my question to you is, since you've been on embarking on your journey into fitness, has that affected your relationships romantically or even friendships with men?
Mm-hmm.
Are they intimidated? Had you sensed that change?
Absolutely.
How
And
so?
it's amazing.
It's
because
amazing.
it weans out the weak ass niggas who can't
Ooh.
take a strong woman physically and mentally
And spiritually, don't
And
forget that.
spiritually.
That's the
Hello.
main one.
exactly, spiritually, mentally, internally, internally, whatever.
Externally.
The opposite. Yeah, there we go.
It's alright. It's alright.
I said out internally.
New words. Yo, we
Y'all
always
don't
inventing some
y'all
shit
don't
on
gotta
here.
be
Yeah.
a genius.
I
to do
invented.
this.
Nah,
I
we
invented
always
a word.
inventing some shit on
Y'all
here,
don't gotta
man.
be a genius
forgot
to
the
do
word
this
I
thing
invented.
called life,
You
alright?
have the Brothers Podcast Dictionary.
They say now our natural language. So
Right.
yeah, cope with us.
So yeah, it definitely affects relationships in my life. I feel like in a great way though, because I only, for the most part, the men that, because I get a lot of, men that, push their look and stuff like that,
Right.
and try to talk to me, but I feel like only the strong survive because of who I, how I carry myself.
Mm-hmm.
And for the most part, like, I don't get too many men that are really insecure that tries to come my way. because they just know.
They
right,
sense
right,
it.
right, exactly, yeah.
Because of the way that I carry myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And with the whole intimidation factor, like, there has been men. Like, I actually, when I first started my journey, I was dating some guy, and he told me something one day that was just like, all right, I'm done. Like, I'm not about to take this. He was like, oh, like, your shoulders are getting too big.
Oh, wow.
I felt like I introspected, right? I'm like, all right, how should I take that? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then he would say little things where I'm just like, all right, this is not going to work. Like, because you're clearly becoming intimidated. I'm like, what about you come to the gym with me? You know what I mean? Like, I tried to.
Oh, you know how he was tight?
Did he work out?
You was bench pressing more than him. That's what it was.
I tried to involve him with my journey.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, no, I'd rather just do cardio. He's a very closed-minded person. I was like, all right, so you go do your cardio and get skinny as fuck. I'm going to continue to lift my weight.
That's my next question.
And do what I want.
There's nothing wrong with cardio, by the way.
There's nothing wrong with cardio at all.
That's my next question.
The thing is, he was closed-minded
But
because he was intimidated.
Exactly.
So it's like, no, I'm not going to do that because, like, it was that kind of thing rather than, no,
but once again,
I'm fine. I'll just do my cardio. You know, like, I love the way you look. You're fine. It's a difference. It's not
exactly
about what you say.
Yeah.
It's about, like, where it's coming from and how you say
it.
So it was coming from a place of intimidation, like, oh, nah, I'm good. Because you were intimidated to admit that I can help you. You know, and I feel like even training for as long as I've been training 5 years now, men have egos. Yeah, all the men that I've trained have egos. Yeah. And it's like, oh, nah, I need to be deadlifting this. I'm like, no, you don't. If you want to go hurt yourself, pick another trainer. Yeah. Because I'm not about to do this with you. You know what I mean? It came to that kind of that factor. So I knew where it came from for the most part. And I'm just like, it's cool. Like, we don't have to be together. And I just like kind of eventually the relationship didn't work. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't going to if that person couldn't be open to what I do. You know? So yeah.
Any party, I was gonna say any party in any relationship, as long as one party is insecure about themselves, it's not gonna work. Yeah. No matter how much you try to, how many vacations you take together, how much you try to appease to your counterpart, it's not gonna work because
them pictures on Instagram ain't gonna do it.
Like we said initially, it's all about knowing yourself. Insecurity is lack of knowledge of yourself. Yep. Regardless of if it's you're insecure about your height, your speech, your looks, how you dress, your body type, you just don't know yourself. Once you know yourself, all that diminishes. Doesn't matter anymore. I could be 500 pounds. I'll still be exuding this positivity, this,
I would hope
confidence and all of that.
2 weeks before your shit is over.
You crazy. But
there's a different realm. Like, people is like, it's not just, I keep my physical realm up because I have to live. You know what I mean? But I'm more into like the spiritual realm, like what goes on inside of you. And there's just so many different levels in life and people have not tapped in yet. So the physical means nothing to me, believe it or not. Like, I'm not really concerned with how my body looks. But I'm going to keep it up to par because at the end of the day, you have one body to live in this.
This is our spaceship for this planet, so you might as well
take care of it.
Have the best of the best.
But for the most part, like, I'm really interested in how you take care of yourself spiritually. What you can bring to the table, like, internally. Like, that's really huge for me. Like, more than anything else. So I don't have to date a bodybuilder. I actually prefer not to. I don't have to date someone who's like
bad muscles in the bedroom.
Ooh. I was about to ask you that because like
it's about a lot of people that work out. Like, for real, they're very shallow. Like, all jokes aside, a lot of people that work out, it's because, just think about it. Not a lot of people that work out, but a lot of bodybuilders, and I'm speaking from experience. Yeah. Because it's just my experience.
That makes sense though. Like, not making sense in the sense where like it's right. But that makes sense. Like, we live in a society where everybody is, and I'm a victim of it too. Everybody's shallow. Everybody is focused on vanity and how things look and the glitz and glamour. So in society, if you're a muscular model type figure, you get put on this pedestal by society. So it's only human for somebody who's been at that pedestal for so long
to start exuding.
Like I said, if you don't really know yourself, or if you're not on that journey trying to just not be a dickhead, you're going to look down on people just naturally. You might not even notice it. You're going to be real condescending. You're going, you know what I'm saying? That's just, I understand it.
It's a real thing. Yeah. Like,
I could imagine.
People put you on a pedestal because of, like, number one, your followers. Like, when people do that to me, like, I don't like it. For real. Because it's like, yo, what? Like, so you're trying to tell me, because I feel like it's offensive in a way. Because I give you my Instagram, you see I have a lot of followers, and you're like, oh my God, you have So now you wasn't gonna treat me that
Right.
way before.
See?
So my followers
Fanboys.
gives me value.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm just like, damn, I know where that person is
Yeah.
mentally.
We've seen that
So
in
it's like,
WV.
it sucks. It's so annoying.
We've seen that in WV. Like, you see how people react to you, and you can know. You see people react to you when you say like, yeah, you know, I'm a senior rep, or I'm a qualified rep.
Yeah.
And then they get next to the MD. He's like, oh my God, so hey, can I have a picture? It's like,
Yeah.
bro, that nigga don't even fuck with you. I'm in his circle. He told me he don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
He don't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you on his dick because he
It's a
making
level.
X amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you're looking at who the person is, that's just society. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
That's
That is
just-
a fact.
That's just society. It's like we get put on these we're like in a celebrity driven society. You know what I'm saying? It's a line. What's the kid's name? YB and Corday. He was like, it's a line in one of his songs where he was like, along the line, I'm gonna butcher it, but he said along the lines of like deep down, nobody really want to be nameless.
Yeah.
You may not want to be famous, but you may not want to be nameless. Like, nobody wants to be a nobody.
Mhm.
So in your deep subconscious, like, even though like I like to say like, yeah, when I make it big, I'm gonna be real calm and shit, but like obviously I'm doing something to get somewhere, and I know it's gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's not to shy away from, like, if you, let's say you gain a large following because you do dope shit. That's not to shy away from it and be like, nah, I'm not dope. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, nevertheless.
You
like,
can embrace that, but you
yeah.
can also like not look down on people.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? But the next question I have for you is, you said that you rather not date somebody that's kind of surprising because you're so heavy into fitness. I could imagine, like, if you was dating a guy that wasn't into fitness, like, he wasn't fat, but he just didn't work out.
I said
That would kind of be a
bodybuilding.
turn off for you.
Bodybuilding.
She said
So there's a
bodybuilder.
difference, right?
Right.
And like I said, it's from experience, and it's not like so I should have worded it differently. I don't want to date someone in fitness that's shallow. Let's put it like that, because you know, I've come across a few dudes in so far, like, that I've spoken to, and almost maybe pursued something with, but they were just like shallow, like it was just surface level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's literally, it's a difference in personalities between like calisthenic dudes, bodybuilding dudes. Like, you'd be surprised, like, if you do powerlifting. And I'm like, wow, like, being in the fitness industry, like, you learn these things, you learn these people, and you see the difference in people. But of course, like, if I'm dating you, you have to be some type of like health conscious. You know what I mean? You have to take care of your body, because that's what I'm on. You know, it'll be hard. One of my exes, like, he wasn't health conscious, and it would just always be me like, oh my God, like, let's go, let's do this, like, do that. And it gets draining after a while for a person to want to take care of themselves. And sometimes you find yourself falling back. Oh yeah, let's have Popeyes. All right, yeah, you know, and that's not something you would normally do.
You said Popeyes?
So, yeah.
You had that sandwich?
Yeah. Did I? Yeah, I tried.
You had the sandwich?
I tried a piece of my homeboys.
Was it good?
It was nothing. No. It was
wasn't good?
regular. Like, I don't know. It was just like super regular.
Because people are raving. We had an episode about that shit. People are raving.
I took a bite of my friends, and I was just like,
It's a chicken sandwich.
it's a
It's chicken.
sandwich.
Like, I'm black. I've been eating this shit my whole life.
Right. Like, your parents never made fried chicken before? Like, I'm so confused. Because you know your parents' fried chicken hit
Right.
different.
Nigga, my mom fried chicken. I mean, I don't eat it no more because I don't eat fried chicken anymore. But I don't. Well, like, I don't eat fried chicken wings. I do eat Chick-fil-A from time to time. I guess no.
It's a chicken. It's a different
Okay, we
part of
all
the
black
chicken.
in here, right? You black too. We all black in here. You know, a
Most like
spicy
fried
chicken sandwich is cooked different from your mother's chicken wings.
Yeah, but they both go in oil.
That's what I'm
Which
saying.
makes
They
it
both
unhealthy.
fried, but it's a different style. You know what I'm saying? But my point was, my mom fried chicken is top 5.
Nah.
Top 5.
If your mom's top 5, my mom's top 1.
Where are you from?
That's cap.
Mississippi.
Okay, I thought you might have been from the Caribbean because when
Everybody
you said
says that.
no, you said some
just
word
black.
earlier.
Yeah.
African American.
Before we got
Right, of course.
No, you said some
colonized
word and I
and
kind of heard like an accent. That's why I asked.
Yeah, people say that all the time, that they hear an accent. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Mm. But
You said something. What, you had a question
go
for
ahead.
my son? You said
That's
I want to
nice.
know how you guys take care of yourselves. This is everybody
Mhm.
spiritually, because this is a topic that a lot of people like would just pass by in a conversation. Like you said it multiple times, but a lot of people wouldn't stop to ask, like, how do you take care of yourself spiritually? Like physically, be like, oh, you do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, go for a jog.
Right.
But spirit
It's
is
easier to
like,
explain.
like this is like a totally different language or some shit.
Right.
So I want to know how you guys take care of
You
yourself.
first.
Moises. Yeah, I was gonna say Moises.
Moises, you first, my boy.
I mean, spiritually, I used to be. I know it was religious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, but I tried to be religious once to like.
Let me try this God shit out.
Yeah,
What the hype is about.
I see people
Go to this church house.
Yeah, I see people go to church and like, I guess it changes them somehow, and I see like they become more peaceful. But that didn't really work out for me. I don't believe in church and religion. I believe in God, but not in religion. So now I've been looking into meditation. Like I was speaking to Chen, our friend Chen. Shout out to Chen.
Shout out to Chen.
Hey, that's like the homie. She was telling me that she started meditating, and it made a difference in her life. So I'm looking into that now.
That's dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fire.
So for me, there's principles in the Bible that it's just life principles. So I read my Bible app. First thing in the morning, like I stay grateful. I feel like when you stay grateful, it brings a lot of just everything that you need to your life, and I feel like everything that you need is already within you. We are gods and goddesses.
That's a
already,
fact.
right? So now it's like, all right, how are we gonna harness that? How are we going to tap into our God and goddesses? So what I do a lot is, aside from like reading the Bible and applying the principles, I do a lot of personal development, like a ton of personal development. I listen to a lot of Les Brown, T.D. Jakes, Sarah Jakes, like a lot of, just because I'm into the entrepreneur thing as well.
Right.
So just things that can keep my mind sharp. I unplug a lot. I take a lot of time to myself, to spend time with my own thoughts, spend time with my own self, to have a relationship with myself, because we have relationships with other people,
right? But
a relationship with ourselves is really important.
Most important.
And that it's most important, and that's what I feel like raises our spirituality. It's literally understanding self, because we're spirits in a body. So, I just do a lot of just self-affirming affirmations, meditating. Today we did meditating in my class.
Fire.
I put everyone out in a mat. I made them lay down, completely relax their body, and just close their eyes, and just told them to try not to think about anything. But if you do, just let your thoughts run, right? Let it run until it runs out, because eventually you're going to fall into a meditative state, but don't force anything. And most of them fell into a meditative state, and I just let them lay there for like 5 minutes, and I stretch everyone. And most of the time you're going to feel like, oh wow, like I feel better, right? So meditation is just really important, and just everything goes back to self. Like I just do so much self work. Right. Like I work on myself more than I work on anything else, and it allows me to pour into other people's cups, because you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
And I'm a firm believer in that. So I just make sure that my cup is always full, for the most part. You know what I mean? We're humans. We get exhausted.
Yeah,
right.
We have
I have a lot
down
going on. I get exhausted
sure.
sometimes. Yeah. But being that like strong friend, because I'm pretty sure y'all the strong friends too, right? Being that strong friend that has to I literally coach over 100 girls, and I'm their mindset coach as well. So they come to me when they need to talk, when they're going through something, when they need a word.
Your cup gotta be full. All the time.
You got a jug. You ain't got no cup.
I am plugged.
Yeah, you gotta.
I gotta, so it's like just keeping yourself first and letting people know, you know what, I'll get back to you maybe tomorrow, because right now I can't answer that.
Right.
Right. And it's very imperative to say no.
Not being so accessible.
I have no problem saying no to people. If I can't make it somewhere, I'm going to say no. However you take it is how you take it.
Right.
Because I have to put myself first. If I don't feel like doing something, my spirit is not telling me that go do this today, I'm not doing it.
A lot of people don't get that.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, I just take a lot of time to myself. read the Bible. Tomorrow we're gonna go to church. But I feel like when it comes to church, you need to go to a church that's not, because there's churches that's not religiously, like religionly, whatever. Just invented that word. You go there for the word. You go there for the message.
Right.
Because there's messages in the Bible. Like literally, I can pull up a verse right now that's like, it applies to life. Mm-hmm. All these personal development people, these motivational speakers,
they're all guided by
everything that they say is from the Bible. So we're following that unsubconsciously. We don't know that these things are from the Bible, these principles, but they are. So, yeah.
Yeah. Let me go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
Man, one thing you said about like being grateful, that's one thing I try to be in the back of my head as much as I can. Even though, everything in life ain't gonna go your way. So I try to just not make it about me so much. You know what I'm saying? I feel like just going throughout my day or just living life, I feel like we make it too much about ourselves. Like, shit didn't go your way, so what, bro? A lot of folks that got it worse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep that sense of gratitude. Like, you may not get this, or you may not have got that job, or you may have did this, or this didn't go your way, or you didn't, you know what I'm saying? But at least you got something you got another day to, you know what I'm saying, maybe try again. Some folks, they didn't get that second chance today. You know what I'm saying? Some folks didn't wake up today. Mm-hmm. Some folks yesterday, they was like, yo, tomorrow I'm about to start my shit. And then they didn't wake up. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get that chance. So I keep that in the back of my mind. And I like my personal space. Mm-hmm. I like my personal space. When I was younger, I was always like, and I'm still kind of this way. Like, I like to be around people because I like the energy. I like to make people laugh. I like the energy. I like my friends and shit. But what I've been noticing lately now is that, like, I don't mind being by myself and just not speaking to nobody. Mm-hmm. And I'm not upset. I'm not, like, angry. I'm no animosity. Like, I just don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to text. I just want to be in my zone, and whatever I'm doing, sometimes be in my house, just watch an interview. That makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? That just brings me joy. I like watching people others' perspectives. That kind of settles me down from being when I go out, I was like, oh, it's Nico. He has a podcast. Oh, he dressed nice. Oh, he's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm just in my zone. I'm doing my thing. And I like being around family. I'm very fortunate to have a very strong, like, super fortunate, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, when I get around them, they're not perfect. When I get around them, it kind of, like, makes me realize, like, yo, like, I got some good folks around me, and like, they're a big part as why I am who I am, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So with all that, it keeps my soul and my spirit pure. Mm-hmm. I'm always trying to be positive, even though, you know what I'm saying, y'all should see me in the street. New York, we kind of rude. Like, we gonna bump you and not say excuse me. We ain't gonna say, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna say thank you when you hold the door. We may step on your shoes. When I go throughout my day and I'm listening to maybe Chance the Rapper album, who I've been bumping lately, his album is fire, by the way. It's about marriage and God. Oh, I'm agnostic. I don't believe in God. You're the only person
I heard say that.
And I'm not married. I don't even have a girlfriend.
You say you're what? You're what?
I'm agnostic. Meaning, like, I don't believe there is. I don't believe there isn't.
He's indifferent.
I'm indifferent. If there is, great. That's phenomenal. That's great.
So what do you believe? Like, what is it? Like,
he believes in the Big Bang.
He's being an asshole.
Like, because faith.
You told me this before.
What, 10 years ago?
You say you believe in what?
The Big Bang.
He's making a joke.
No, I'm dead ass serious.
What's a Big Bang?
I told him
scientists believe we came from a Big Bang.
Yeah, Big Bang theory.
Explosion and then grass and the planet.
I don't believe in it. I mean, I don't know what I believe. I don't know how we got here. To be honest, I try not to focus on it so much.
Do you pray?
You mean like pray to?
Yeah, like.
I wouldn't say I pray. Like I wouldn't say I consciously pray. I guess you could say a sense of praying of just keeping positive thoughts. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Going forward.
Yeah, that's
my
prayer
day,
in a sense.
Or like praying towards the future, but not like in a traditional sense.
Gotcha.
Saying pray. Okay. But yeah, I'm just never been. I'm just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? I used to be completely close-minded.
Oh,
He'll tell you.
You said yet. So you see,
I've been
look at that.
I've been saying this though.
No,
I've
you haven't been saying yet.
Nah. See, because
Dominique has not.
When
been
we
saying
first
yet.
put it up, first thing he thought about was Big Bang. So he got this. He got this thought of me in his head already.
Dominique, I knew you for 13 years.
Look, I've been saying this. That's why I said I'm agnostic. I used to be atheist. I used to be like, nah, there's no God. You fucking dumb. Like an idiot. I should say that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, yo, maybe I'm on this path. It hasn't hit me yet. And when it does, I have no problem opening up to it.
Okay,
it hasn't hit me yet.
I'm just pointing out the words that you use. I'm just saying, like, that's what's up. You transitioning slowly. It's cool.
Okay. But yeah, that's how I keep my spirit. And then I do want to get into meditation.
So you believe in spirits?
You do meditate already. A lot of people
I do believe
meditate.
in having a soul and having a spirit. And like, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't. Right? I'm more subscribed to when I think of a higher power.
Really interesting. That's what I'm asking.
When I think of a higher power, it alludes to my mind. It alludes to the idea that it's somebody that put you here in your life. They're right in your life. I used to subscribe to everything happens for a reason, but that kind of coincides with somebody planning your life. With me now, it's more like circumstance. It's more like you having a good mindset. It's gonna put you in positions to do great things. And like
it's like
the
law
way,
of attraction to an extent.
Yeah, in a sense.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah, in a sense. Law of attraction in a sense where like just because you think positive is gonna come to you. But if you do positive things, you're gonna create a domino effect that will land you upon positive things. That's how I look at it. Not necessarily a force putting you like, I think positive, boom, you got a fucking raise. Just like if you work hard and you do these things and you stay on the course, it's gonna happen unless obviously unforeseen circumstances. You get hit by a car tomorrow, who knows? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah. As far as myself, what I do, my spiritual exercises, yeah, I spend a lot of time with myself. Like, to the point where, like, I would get bashed by family and friends, like, oh, you don't go out as much. You always in your room. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that people don't understand, though. And what I've noticed is, like, people who are on this path, who knows themselves to this, like, extent, they tend to be in environments like this. Whereas majority of your close people around you, friends, family, associates, whatever, they don't overstand. They are too attached to the physical. So you acting in this manner is like you're socially awkward. But you put this same person in society and they can, you know what I'm saying? They just maneuver easily because you working on yourself spiritually. Everything, I'm a proponent of everything happening on a spiritual plane prior to it manifesting on a physical plane. So, with that being said, that's a higher frequency, the spiritual realm. So now, me being faced with this physical, this is easy. This is like first grade to me. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, that's one. Like a lot of, time reservation for yourself. Meditation, of course. And I wanted to say, like, y'all already meditate. Like, all meditation is like, you could be on the train coming to link with us or whatever, and you like, yo, today gonna be a great day. Like, just regular self-affirmations. That's meditation. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, they have this misconception of you have to have, like, candles lit. You have to be on a yoga mat. You have to be in like a certain position with your hands like this, with like wheels playing. Right. Like that's not meditation. Like that does not constitute meditating. That's just a
different form of it.
Exactly. This is the societal norm or conception of meditation, but that's not necessarily what it is. All it is you laying down talking to yourself. That's literally it.
Yeah, a lot. Always talk to myself.
Another thing,
especially in the shower.
Another thing that I practice is fasting from time to time. Like some days I only drink water. Some days I don't even drink water. And my perception, the ultimate way of strengthening your spirit is to abstain from everything physical. So whatever this physical yearns for, whether it's sex, food, water, personal like interactions, once you abstain from that, now it's just you and your spirit. That's it. And that divine, you know what I'm saying? What, depending on what you subscribe to. And a lot of people who cannot be by themselves or with themselves, you have to check your spirit out. You have to look at that person's interaction with other people. Are you adding value to other people's lives, or are you draining other people of their energies? Because you can't even be by yourself. So if you can't be by yourself, what are you doing for me? You see what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. But yeah, those are couple of my practices.
I concur with all of that. Yeah. I definitely know. I definitely try to be aware of that. Like, as far as knowing myself and like knowing when I want to be around people. Like, do I want to be around them because I'm feeling
bored?
Yeah, like, I'm trying to find a word, but I wouldn't say bored, but like when I'm around folks,
like you want a validation or something, like.
I ain't gonna lie, not really validation. I guess I'm sure when I was younger, you know, you go through them stages where like you seeking validation from folks, but like now, like I went to a game night last night with my homies, Cups and Combos, and
shout out Cups and
like
Combos.
When I go there, it's like the vibes that I get. That's why I can't miss one. I can't miss a game night because every time I go there, even though my spirit is on 1,000 all the time, I'm that person when you come around, you feeling down, all right, we're going to pick this up. We're going to flip this around. We're going to have a good day. I come into work, shit trash. All right, shit going to be good now because I'm here now. We're going to make this shit good. When I go there, it's like it just multiplies my spirit. If you just watch me in there, I'm walking around with a smile on my face. Literally. Like, I'm just like, homies right there, home right there. It's a good vibe. I'm just smiling because it's like all these people here and this is good energy. I ain't seen not one fight break out. I ain't see an argument yet. There's mad niggas in there. Facts. Mad women in there. And it's
in Brooklyn, right?
And you know what makes me happy too? It's
crazy.
Yeah, Brooklyn and Queens. You know what makes me happy too? That it's like 99% our people.
Yeah.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's good vibes. Like, dead serious. Like, you wanna play a game with me? Come on, girl. Like, you know, like, it's really good vibes. Like, or a guy or whatever you wanna play. Like, it's dope. It's definitely dope.
I definitely, like, one thing that I want to do in my life is create shit like that.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a game night, but like just areas where people can come. And when you walk in, you know.
You said you want to? You are. What do you have here?
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Yes.
That's true. That's true.
You're not being grateful, Dominic.
Nah, that's true. That's true. I was seeing it as like an event. I guess this is an event, but like, you know what I mean.
When 2 and 3 is gathered,
yeah, no, you're right. That's a fact. No, you're right. You got something you want to get into? Because I want to. I got one more thing I want to get into, but I'm gonna ask y'all first. So it was something on I saw Fantasia on the Breakfast Club, right? I love Breakfast Club interviews. And she was speaking about something very interesting. I'm gonna get y'all thoughts on it first. She was speaking about, in this day and age, in this generation, it feels like women can't be submissive to men, right? She seems like it's like a mentality that women have now where, I'm not sure if she's speaking about black women or Latino women or white women. I think it was towards black women, but she said they're very headstrong. Like if a guy's try to do something for her or try to approach her, they're very like, nah, I can do it myself. I got this. You know what I'm saying? So she was saying like, women are not letting men be the head of their household. And whatever that may mean in the traditional sense in society, you know what I'm saying? So what, like, y'all both, well, you got a girl right now, right?
Yeah.
You freshly single. Ooh. Alright, cool. He want to shake my hand. It's cool. He being cool right now.
Wait, shake my man's hand. Oh, my bad.
So, in your relationship, the one you just got out of, or the ones you will go into in the future, and yours right now, when it comes to like, how's that dynamic with your lady? Do you even consciously think of like, I'm obviously not in the same house, but like when you go out, who's
Dominant?
lead, like it's like little things you do, like who opens the door, who leads the way, if it's a dispute at a restaurant, who's going to step forward and straighten it out? You know what I'm saying? Like little things like that. Mm-hmm. Is that like a thing y'all think about, or is just y'all just free? You know what I'm saying?
You want to go first? The way I interact with women, even platonic women, like just walking down the street, I always walk on the outside.
Facts.
Family, nah.
Facts.
That's just one. Opening door, if I'm ahead, if it's like equal like distance, I'm gonna reach for it. This is just stuff that I naturally do. Mm. As far as disputes, I legit respect women and treat y'all like as my counterpart on an equal level. You see what I'm saying? Because of course, if we create a Venn diagram, it's things that I may possess that, will shadow what you have, and vice versa. You see what I'm saying? But I don't feed into the whole dominant, submissive crap. That's all stems from patriarchal, beings that created this patriarchal society that indoctrinates and socializes us constantly to attain and possess a patriarchal mindset. So majority of men would think like we are automatically better,
right.
And we are,
we control the household, basically.
Exactly, head of households, all this crap. And if you get to the core of that, once again, insecurity. Because why is it that you need
this power?
Yeah, exactly. Why do you need it? Why do you need to put an emphasis? Like, why do men have to be the better gender? Makes no sense.
But do you think it comes out before you speak? Do you think it's because, like, you think subconsciously they saying that? Like,
yes, I know
we're a better sex than.
I don't think I know for a fact. Yeah, I know for
most
a fact.
cases, or you feel like that's just
I'm talking about patriarchal like mindset. If you possess a patriarchal mindset, yes, you have to feel this sense of validation, because without you, it's like a man dating a woman, right? And he's like, oh, you want me to pick you up? Nah, I drive. Oh, you want me to fix your door? Nah, I could do that. My dad taught me.
Right.
So he's now feeling insecure because, damn, she don't need me for nothing. So what am I bringing to the table? That's because he's insecure. Somebody who's secure with themselves, all right, you got it, man. All right, cool. I'm chilling. I'm not sweating that. I'm not feeling insecure. I'm not throwing off my game. You do you. Until you need this help or whatever help, I'll step in. And that's what I was going to say. In terms of a dispute, I would let my lady handle the situation. If it needs my intervention, then I would step up. I'm like, this is why they're my favorite animals. I'm like a lion. Like, if you look at Discovery Channel, Big Cat Diary, whatever, like the lions, that's my favorite shows with the lions. The lions always chilling. They always chilling, just laying down, chilling, watching over the pride, you know what I'm saying? Making sure everybody good. They see like 4 lionesses trying to take down a zebra or elephant. They chilling, they watching. But then when they see like they're like drenched, like they not getting through, all right, yo, let's get it. They get up, they execute, that's it. And then they go back chilling. I let you do, even children. My youngest nephew is 2 years old. If he's trying to climb up somewhere or get something, I'm going to watch you, let you do it. A lot of people, if you when you intervene, you're stunting that person's growth, because they're constantly being handed what they're yearning for. So without you attaining that's whatever it is on your own, you don't know the value of that thing. I'm giving you money every time you need it. I'm giving you food every time you need. You don't know how to work for your own shit. So instead of you learning how to fish, I'm just giving you fish every time you need it. Now, if I die, how can you sustain your own life? Yeah. It's impossible. And yeah,
I pretty much agree with it.
I knew
I was gonna say I don't put emphasis on being like dominant and stuff. Like, I agree with everything he was saying, basically.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes, if you're talking like in the bedroom or something, that's different. Like, you know, of course, I'm gonna take the lead at times, and I'll let my lady take the lead at times. But that's just, you know.
But you don't think? Not saying I agree or disagree. I'm just listening. You guys don't think that they're, not to say it's right or wrong, but you guys don't think that there are certain parts that the man should play and the woman should play?
I do.
In a relationship. Let's speak on that.
Depends.
I truly believe that, and this will never change, I feel like a woman will be submissive to a man. And I don't mean submissive like you have to like bow down and allow the man to do everything. But women want stability and to know that she will be protected. And that's no matter what. And I'm sure you guys heard this. Like, a lot of women won't date a man. Like, all right, for example, like, men won't date a man for what she has, but women date men for what they have. It's just how society works. You understand? I mean, there's women that, you know, they're with their man until they get themselves on their feet or whatever. But for the most part, like, a woman wants to feel as if, like, something happens shit to together. Me. If I, you know, get pregnant, I have a baby, how is this man going to help me? Or can I go on maternity leave for a year and be fine or something like that? You know, it's like women are just always like, we're always looking for stability and security. Yeah. You know, and I don't think that'll ever change.
Yeah. Right. Nah, that's in the nature.
Saying that, oh my God, I'm a gold digger. I need from him for what he has. Like, that's not the mindset that I have. But we need to know that, okay, this guy we could teach each other stuff.
Exactly.
You know, the whole submissive dominant thing is just, like, I don't know. It's a woman is going to be submissive to a man that she feel it can provide. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Like, if a man is acting like, and this is not to say that men have to be like, have this tough skin or have to always be on like duty or something, you know, because a lot of men feel like they have to be on duty. They have to be tough. They have to be this person that can't be vulnerable and open up. Yeah. But that's not the case. You know what I mean? When it comes to like this whole dominant submissive thing, like it's really just an illusion. But for the most part, it's just what we crave as men and what we crave as women. And but scientifically, that won't change. Like literally,
because they complement each other.
Yeah, women are driven off of emotions for the most part. You also have to learn people's love language. Now this, like, because it's so specific. Like, you can't. There's love languages that you have to learn about your partner to get to know who they are and get to know how they operate. If you don't know that I like affection and you're not affectionate, like, we cannot go together. Right. And if you're not willing to, it's okay if you're not affectionate. I understand things happen in life. You probably went through something. But if you're not willing to accommodate my love language, then we cannot go together. Because I'm going to be miserable. This will not work, and I will most likely cheat or leave. Yeah. We're humans. Or beat you up. We're literally humans. Shut up. We're humans. You know what I mean? And that's just human nature. You can be the most faithful person ever, but if something's not.
So before I lose it, I'm glad you brought that up about the emotion, because I had that thought and I lost it, right? So Bowen, going back to like maybe like roles or is it fair to say that women think of emotion more than men naturally?
Think off or think of?
Think off or move off emotion more than men.
Yeah. Yes. Scientifically proven.
Right. Yeah. But men are very emotional, but they don't know how to,
especially in 2019.
It. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And so they do think like other things, like they'll like work harder.
But wait, let me finish.
They don't know how to express it, and they are afraid of expressing it because of societal norms. Because I'm gonna look like a bitch.
Nah, of course, that's there.
And a lot of these hood guys, they want to express it so bad. They're going through some shit.
Oh nah,
to their guys, they're like. This, they have to put this persona.
That shit is a facade because they hurting inside.
Niggas gossip a lot. I'm gonna say that again. Niggas gossip a lot.
I never understood that. Even as young, I'm like,
because I'm a male and I know males and they be coming. I'm like, bro. In my head, I'm like I'm the type like if you come to me with your problems, it's cool. Like, but if I give you impartial advice that I see fit, and you choose to hold on to just the gossip aspect instead of adhering to this advice and actually acting on it to alleviate yourself of this stress, then obviously you're not serious about alleviating yourself of this
You just want to shoulder the crown.
You just want,
or you just want a nigga to talk to, or just gossip on. Yeah.
If that's the case, get a therapist. It's just that simple. But
or
once again,
girl,
society.
But
once again,
cry to hug.
Once again, society. Oh, I look weak going to a therapist, telling them my problems.
I told somebody that recently.
Wait. You didn't even give your view on your interaction with women.
Oh,
we ain't gonna speed past that. Bro.
All right, so I hold that down. I'm gonna speak on that right now, but make sure I don't forget what you just said about the therapist shit. I want to speak on that. Okay. My dynamic with women. I mean, I don't believe in. I mean, I feel like there's nuance with the word submissive, cause I don't mean submissive like I walk in a room and she fucking bows down, or like I walk in a room and like she doesn't. It's like she's speaking her mind. I come in the room and like she shuns down, or like she's not being herself. I don't mean things like that. But I do believe in, like you said, like it's certain roles that I think that I should. It's hard to explain.
That requires more of your.
Yeah, like the point I was getting at with the emotion is that. Is it fair to say, and we agreed that women are emotional, but is it fair to say that men think more logical? Is that a fair assessment, or that's just...
Yes.
Is that fair?
So.
Yeah.
Fair?
And there's a such thing as... Never mind. We're not
emotional logic?
What?
Post-nut clarity.
I thought you were... Oh, post-nut clarity. Oh, yeah, that's...
I'm sorry.
That's a fact.
We don't even want to get on that.
Even, like, there's a thing. And a lot of women...
That shit is bad.
A lot of women don't even nut, so they don't even have post-nut clarity. So we can't even come to our senses
that, you know
after
why?
sex.
Yo, that's so crazy you said that. That's why I'm so careful who I mess with. Because when you in them late nights and it's like 2 a.m.
A little lusty, Dominique.
No,
it's like 2 a.m. and you like, yo, shorty, I know she kind of toxic.
Denisha Bishop could come on.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
I know she toxic as hell,
yo,
but yo.
I know she toxic.
Oh, man.
And the last time we fucked around, she was acting crazy, but like, that's why I gotta get a hold of myself. I'm like, come on, think, my nigga. Like, your dick can't think more than you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, y'all know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as you nut, it be like, yo, why you here, bro?
Yeah. It's like instant.
Like, hold on, bro. Like, why you here, bro?
Really?
Like,
oh man.
like, but it happens rare though, because I'm extremely choosy with who I live with and who I'll be around. But when I was younger, literally, it happens with like, like it's just happened with like with fucking. Like, even if you, like, nut by yourself, and I'm thinking about a girl, and I'm horny, literally, I'm horny, and I'm texting her, and I watch porn, I get my shit off. Literally.
You cancel the date.
I'm not texting you no more.
For real?
No, I was going to say that. When you first mentioned it, I was going to say that. Like,
it's clip.
Like, you Shorty could be on her way.
You know, it's clarity will have you like, yo, I really like this girl, or, oh, nah.
That's
not. I never thought about, I really like this girl.
What?
Really?
Clarity. Nah. It's
what
just.
Even your own girl?
Yeah.
No, that's different.
Oh, okay.
If she's my girl, then I mean, we already
established.
I'm
definitely smashed girl. I was like, yo, like you don't gotta leave right now. You can leave like tomorrow. we chilling. We watching The Office. We chilling. But yeah. I mean, going back to the roles, like it's hard to put in the work. It's so much nuance. That's like my favorite word. So much nuances and little spaces where there is times where I would step up, and I feel like it is my role to step up and be like the man, you know what I'm saying? But then there's some roles where my woman would step in, you know what I'm saying? But obviously I'm not in a relationship, so it's hard for me to speak on, and I'm not in the household, and I'm not married, and I don't have kids. Those type of stages unlock certain things you would do with that woman. I don't have that experience, so it'd be foolish for me to speak on that. About the therapist shit, he
cannot wait to finish what he had to say.
Because I spoke to somebody recently. It was a guy thing, and I was like, "Yo," because he would speak about his problems, and like, I'm that person that like, I'm not an advice giver, but if you ask me for advice, I'm gonna give you some impartial. I'm gonna hold you accountable, and I think I give good advice. So he's speaking about his problems, and I'm like, "Yo, you should see a therapist." He's like, nah, I'm not seeing a therapist. I'm like, why not? Why you so?
You just spoke to
why
me.
why you shoot it off like that? Like, wait, you think a therapist is like what you on this long ass couch?
Mm-hmm.
You crying about fucking your mom leaving you and when you were 6 and all the other shit. Like, a therapist is just somebody that speaks to you. It's not a psychiatrist. They ain't. Oh no, it was a woman. She thought they gonna diagnose her and like give her pills and shit. I'm like, that's a psychiatrist. That's some other shit. You go see a therapist. It's just you and them, and you speak to them and you tell them everything that you get off your chest, and it's an unbiased opinion. Mm-hmm. And it's great for a therapist because you got yes men in your circle that's going, you doing crack, and they're like, yo, bro, nah, just stop next week. Stop. You know what I'm saying? You can do crack right now, but that's not a good friend. You doing crack. You know what I'm saying? There's certain people that just gonna let you ride because they want to be in your circle.
I was just so
you know what I'm saying? They just want to be around you. They want to, this new word. They want to absorb your clout. They want to be around you because they know you got things going. Exactly.
Yeah, niggas fuck with you out of convenience.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's so
when you can no longer give somebody nothing, you'll see the real.
It's your job to peep it. That's why when you were saying earlier.
That's why people know, because when you tell people no, you see their true colors.
Exactly.
I'm so serious.
Exactly.
I tell people no on purpose. I just want to see who you really are.
Yeah, I want to test you.
Yeah. It works.
You said something earlier. Yeah, I just had it. You said something earlier. Damn, I just had it.
Who?
I totally forgot. You said something earlier. I forgot what you said. It was about yeah, I lost it.
What are y'all thoughts on this
I'll get it back.
Politically correct environment and
fuck all that
climate that we're in, that we're being ushered in? Well, not even ushered, that we're being coerced. Politically correct, like you can't say certain things. You can't.
Why not?
You can't because cancel culture. Yeah. Cancel culture. They'll cancel you.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Like I said, I vibrate on a much higher frequency.
Oh, do you guys mean like having to like pretend you're something else on like social media?
No.
Okay,
like
for example, Kevin Hart had jokes that he made on his Twitter, like
2008,
2007.
Yeah.
It was like homophobic jokes, but he's a comedian at the end of the day. So, but they brought it up, 10 years
prior
after,
to him hosting the Oscars,
and he's a comedian that he has a lot of, sponsorships, a lot of partnerships, a lot of endorsements. Things like that can, in this day and age, it can get you canceled in a sense because they fucking with your money. You can lose endorsements. Yeah. What's his name? Antoine Brown, AB. He just got dropped from the Patriots because it's allegations against him for
sexual assault,
raping
abuse,
or sexual abusing,
misconduct.
One of his trainers. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if it's true or not. Yeah, but it's still allegations.
Yeah,
he just lost his job.
And in today's age, it's like an allegation equals guilty.
I just feel like for the black man, they're gonna try to dig anything up to.
That shit was mad convenient too.
Like,
that's a fact,
bruh. Nigga, I said something about gay people, and y'all mad. Like, I just feel like that's just.
I already know when they discover our shit.
And y'all know
they come out of here.
Y'all know the gay community.
We packing our shit up, bro.
They sensitive, like.
I know.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
But that's the thing. They're the biggest fucking bullies.
And you gotta be careful what you say. But at the end of the day, like.
As long as there's no malice in your heart, that's how I feel.
I feel like as a black man, if you make it, they're looking for something.
Yeah.
They're looking for something.
That's a fact.
On every black man who makes it, they're looking for something.
Facts.
Yeah.
And if they're not looking for nothing, you ain't make it yet.
But the funny thing with that is like,
whatever make it means.
This recently happened, and I wasn't intending on it being a topic on this episode, but being that we're on the subject, there's this guy by the name of Ed Buck. He lives in California. He's I brought him up months ago on a previous episode. He's part of the LGBT community, and he's like a very wealthy guy. He makes donations to the Democratic Party. So, he's tied in with, certain higher ups, political figures. And a third black male gay dude was found dead in his apartment. I don't know, apartment or house.
Somebody was found dead in his apartment.
3 people so far. This is the 3rd one. They are all black. They're all gay.
He's white.
He's white.
I'm laughing at the way you worded it. I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at the way you worded it.
And
so be clear.
And this being that this is the 3rd victim found in his, his home, they're finally looking into him as being a potential suspect.
I do remember that. What? I do remember that.
So the previous 2 don't count. You see what I'm saying?
I do remember that.
So now I brought this up because you mentioned the LGBTQ community. They're very sensitive and all this shit. But they're sensitive on particular people, like you said. Like if you are a black male, positive figure, prominent figure, if you can, influence the masses of the black community in a positive way and, basically transition their mentalities from thinking on a lower self level, like thinking on a street level, thinking on, like just violence and crime and, and lift themselves up and start thinking positive, start building like on some Nipsey shit. You're a threat. Then you're a threat. Like we can't have you 100%. Around. We can't have you influencing these people like this because 1,000%. Y'all are technically still 3/5 of a human being according to our law of the land. Like
any leader of ours that you ever known is either dead or in jail.
Yeah, they discredit them first. They discredit them first so that we hate them. We castrate them ourselves, and then okay, cool. Y'all, all right. Now you gave us the green light. We could just get rid of them.
Yep.
So you know what I'm saying? But I just mentioned that because this is the 3rd victim, and this is still the 3rd time that the LGBTQ community still hasn't came out and said anything on the behalf of these 3 black gay men.
They get real silent. They get real silent when certain shit happens.
So this is why I say this is why I speak how I speak, and this is why I say like I don't give a fuck. Like what's up with that?
Oh, it's probably
run out.
Yeah, we only had an hour.
Yeah. Okay,
it's cool though.
So it's like you're being selective in what you want to, address. So clearly you're being partial with your judgment, with your condemnation, with what you're actually prioritizing and paying attention to. So because of that, like I got to be fully impartial. Like I'm going to judge you accordingly on everything. And, right. I don't care about backlash. I don't care about, consequences. That's me putting myself subjected to you now. Because that's me putting fear in your entity. I don't fear anything. I live above that. So
before we get out of here, let's speak on that
Fat Joe?
Yeah.
All right, so recently Fat Joe said he was on I forgot what platform he was on, but I saw the video on the clip on the Shade Room. They posted it, and he was basically speaking on Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, shout out DR, Santiago. But Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Cubans, he's like, y'all, we are all black, like y'all need to stop disassociating yourselves with from the black community. Like, you guys sound crazy. Like, and I've been saying this. I'm a proponent of this. Like, when people say, I'm not black, I'm Hispanic. I'm not black, I'm Puerto Rican. First of all, Hispanic is your culture. Puerto Rico is your nationality. DR is your nationality. Where you were born is your nationality, off rip.
Yeah.
Like, I would even include them. Jews. People say, oh, I'm not white, I'm Jewish. That's a religion. Like, you sound crazy right now. Like, a lot of people, they do not. I have a dictionary app. A lot of people are like.
Blacks were the first Jews anyway.
That's a fact. It's like dictionaries are kryptonite to people nowadays. Like, people do not take the time to research shit before they speak on it. Like, I say, for example, I inherently subscribe to this. Gay people are not born gay. Oh, you're homophobic. First of all, the word phobia means fear. Where in that sentiment that I just stated did I state something fearful? People don't pay attention. Arachnophobia is fear of spiders. These are two big different things. Yeah. If I see a spider, I'm leaving the room. If I see a Jewish person, nah, not me. I'm just saying, like, in terms of arachnophobia. If I see a Jewish person, I'm not going to leave the room. There's no fear. If I see a gay person, I got gay homeboys. I'm not leaving the room. I'm not running from you. There's no fear. And this is why this all coincides with the PC, because it's a fear-driven society that we're inhabiting in right now. But
I think they're all black.
Yeah.
And you need to think your Afrocentric features for you even being able to tan.
Mm-hmm.
Bubble a little bit.
For you having the hair that you have.
Mm-hmm.
For you having the skin that you have. For you having
the culture, the music, the dances.
All of that asses. Comes from all of that comes from Africa.
Yeah.
All of this music.
Mm-hmm.
Dominican's music. If you look at like I went to a Dominican party before, it comes from Africa. All jokes aside.
The rhythm.
All of it, the rhythm, everything comes from Africa.
The instruments.
So when you try to deny where you're from, you take away your heritage and your roots. Like one of my this girl on Instagram that I used to be friends with, her name is Nina, right?
I know her.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with you.
Nina Linda?
Oh, nah.
You know who Nina Linda is?
I think she's she's Dominican or Puerto Rican, right? And she tries to teach her people we're black. She goes off and she goes into detail of why you are black. I can't really go into detail the way that she does. But the way she broke it down to me one day, I was like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the Spanish people that's from Spain don't think that they think they're white because
they are white.
But
Spain,
they got fucked by
the
slave masters, and they were taken to Spain, which is why they now associate with white. So they're more white than black, but they're still.
Wait, what slavery are you talking about?
Slavery. They got fucked by their slave masters.
You talking about the Spaniards that's in Spain right now?
I don't know about right now, but the way she broke it down.
You mean the ones that?
You mean the Spaniards that went to other countries?
That's in DR.
To DR.
That were brought to DR.
No, I think in Spain.
No.
Is niggas in Spain
the other way around? They went to DR.
Colonized them. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Because it's the English come into America, colonize America.
Okay.
The Spaniards are just white people that speak Spanish that came to DR, Cuba, Paraguay, Uruguay, every Spanish-speaking country outside of Spain, and colonized them. That's why any language that is spoken outside of Europe that speaks their national language is a European language, that country in Europe colonized them. Right. And this is why.
Got you.
Yeah.
All right, there we go.
What's your thoughts, though? You identify with being...
You think you a nigga, bro?
Black?
No, I'm playing. Y'all a nigga? Yeah. I like fried chicken.
I think it's really important to ask Hispanics because I know a lot of Hispanic families that are dead-ass racist that don't like black people.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican boy, and he was like, "Yeah, my mother be like, fuck black people." I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's.
You ever experienced that with your aunts, your titis, and your fucking theos and shit?
I mean, most people know their. I feel like most of them niggas know they're black, but there's still a lot of them that don't don't acknowledge it.
Have you ever had to check somebody on that before? Like a girl that was like, I don't date black guys, or I'm not black. Have you ever had to be like, nah?
Not really.
Not really.
I never ran across somebody that said it out.
I ain't gonna lie. And this is me. This is a small percentage of me having some type of privilege in this, because everyone thinks I'm Dominican. Everyone thinks I'm Spanish. I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Nah. I'm Black Native American. I'm a nigga though.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were
niggas for life.
Dominican.
Right. So a lot of girls that think I'm Dominican, they I can't before we get into the whole where you from, which nationally, and I'm never jacking that I'm Spanish. I'm black. But before
you jacked a couple times.
Are you dumb?
You jacked a couple times.
Before we get to that, look.
Are you dumb?
Before we get to that, I do hear little murmurs of them the way they speak about dating black guys, and the thing I don't catch it. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm black though. You thought you always Dominican. Okay.
They be lying though. They be the first one on our black men. I'm telling you for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
They lying.
So I be peeping it.
It's more the parents.
Because I know it's a lot of Spanish girls that won't fuck with you when you don't speak Spanish.
I don't fuck with the grandmas.
They don't speak to you.
Oh yeah, the abuelas, they definitely.
Yeah, they be the ones.
No nigga in my house.
Yeah.
Right.
One girl told me straight up one time, my grandma, she don't like black dudes. I can't even bring you home.
Yeah, I know a lot of
it's more the older.
First of all, I don't go to your crib anyway. Come into my crib, lick these balls, and go home.
I ain't going to no Spanish people
That's
because
it.
they don't like me because some of them do voodoo. I'm sorry.
Santeria.
We don't got a lot of time left, but that's a topic, bro.
I'm sorry.
Y'all niggas in that voodoo, bro.
I know.
There's nothing wrong with voodoo. It depends on
It
your
depends on how you
perspective.
do it, obviously.
Yeah,
but
so
Bad voodoo?
No.
Why would there be
I
nothing
mean,
wrong with
look,
doing voodoo?
exactly. Obviously, it's good voodoo
No.
and it's bad voodoo.
it's
It's good black
science.
magic,
It's
it's
just
good.
the way you use it
Look.
and your intent.
Whatever
Yeah,
it
that's what I'm
is.
saying.
The
For the
Haitians,
most
they
part.
used the science to beat the French,
I
the
think I heard
Spaniards,
some
and the
stories, bro.
English in
Word.
1804.
I heard like girls
gained their
doing
independence.
voodoo, like
Nah,
they
they
mixing their period blood with this
A
shit,
lot
and
of
they
people-
like,
Nah, they be doing
Super
wild
bad.
shit though. Yeah.
because of
That shit works,
socialization.
too.
How many people do you know
Huh?
did
I never
voodoo
done
for
it.
bad?
All
personally.
the people that I know that did it, but I don't know many people that did it. But for the stories,
you
that
hear
I've
a lot
heard,
of stories about. I
they're
mean,
all
like you said,
super
obviously
bad.
there's good. You can do good with it, and it may have a
Yeah.
negative connotation, but you can't lie that. Well, you can't ignore the fact that there's some people that are doing real evil with that shit. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know that.
Maybe the origins was made to do good, but you could, you know what I'm saying? Like I've heard crazy shit. That's why I'm very. Oh, you want to do voodoo? I holler at you. That's
Yeah,
cool.
nah,
You know what I'm saying?
no, for real. I'm not gonna
Because
lie,
I know that some women can get very like, especially if I peep your energy and like you very like you may be spiteful or you may be, I don't know if we start dealing with each other, you gonna have animosity and then you know what I'm saying.
Some women
Who knows?
use the sciences so that a guy could stay with them forever.
That's
but
and
that's
that's
weird.
imagine that, bro.
I know that's weird.
You don't
but
know
I'm
why
just-
you dead, but you dead. You like y'all can't leave.
You like, yo, I can't.
My
want-
mind is
like-
trapped.
Yeah, on some like sunken place type shit.
Yo.
And that's a form of voodoo in
Yeah, nah, I'm sure.
that movie. What
I'm
is
sure.
it called?
Get
Out.
Get out.
Out.
Get
Yeah.
out. I seen that shit like 4 times.
That was good.
That's a great movie. But yo,
But,
this was great.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Great
We
conversation.
definitely gotta have you guys on. Next time we definitely bring you on. I like your energy.
We
I
got a lot
like
to
yeah.
say.
I'll shut it back right now.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. We're gonna have you on.
Shout out to
Before you
Sunday.
guys leave, you know, social media, what you got coming up,
Mhm.
everything, social media, everything, phone number, social, the whole nine, yeah.
So I'm Janasia, Queen Fitness. My Instagram is young.queen with 2 N's and 2 underscores. I have another self-love fitness class coming up in 2 weeks on the, hold on, I got you right now. The 5th of October. And it's going to be held in Brooklyn. And all the information is going to be on my social media.
Cool.
My Instagram is King Hooks. My new mixtape's coming.
Wait, what he said?
His new mixtape is coming.
Nah, but yeah, that's about it. You can follow me on there.
But their social medias will be in the description as always.
Mhm.
And yo, thanks for listening.
Thank you.
You gonna do that?
Bang. Even though
Damn,
you
bro,
can't see it.
it's my first time like
What?
experiencing that. You gonna
No, because the camera died. That's why.
oh
That's why I usually.
yeah, I know. Still, you gotta